games, to be honest, when I'm online. When I'm playing, because I'm only playing CPU right now. I'm not playing all the other videos I've done on my channel are actual ranked matches. Like you guys probably knew, a lot of you probably already knew that by now. But in my area, there's no players that are actually good. They're just players that think they're good. So like I'm not really gonna waste my time because like I'm just getting worse by playing with them a lot of times. This is like one of these matchups where I feel like it's like pretty problematic for Ryu because he's so slow in comparison to Ken, and his you know, his uppercut is. I love that. For whatever reason, that down back hard punch, which is a good free launcher, only works off of, like, from what I've noticed, either standing hard kick on counter hit and then you slide into the standing hard punch. But you can land that hard kick, spin kick pretty easy after it. Oh God, I missed it. I'm just playing CPU right now. I'm just having fun, like just playing like how the game actually plays. Because like when you play online, sometimes you don't get all the information that's necessary to make good decisions at the right, you know. Like your jab doesn't come out in time and stuff because like the latency and stuff. So, you know, it's even harder to win online than in person, to be honest, in my opinion. Oh God, I missed it. Oh God, I think that forward hard punch should beat it without trading. I'm getting my ass whooped right now by Zangief. They've really pronounced that I over there in Russia, man. I've never had to move my mouth that way, like, ever. Oh my God, crouch jab stopped me. That was a good stop though. I thought I had it after. I don't understand what the purpose of that EX stun punch is. I'm not even gonna try forward hard punch anymore because it's been like the thorn in my side for like a while now. Oh my God. All right, I tried. Yeah, I would, absolutely. Oh God, I missed it. Gotta get out of there. Oh, thank you, God. That wasn't a guess either. I knew I was at the range where if I throw EX uppercut, EX fireball, and he jumps it, I'm still first to act. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I went for that. Is that I didn't just guess right there. It's just that, you know, Zangief, you know, obviously it's a CPU, and every Zangief player is going to play a little bit differently. But, you know, his throw can't even beat that. His throw can't beat an invincible wake-up reversal. That is one of the counters to it, but the downside to that is that if you're incorrect, that you're going to get counter hit and you're going to take way more damage. So you got to make sure, like, when you do go for those situations, you know, like for example, like a wake up, invincible wake up reversal. You know, I feel like every character except for Kimberly kind of has one, unless you consider level 3 and level 1. And they are pretty good, but level 3 obviously being the better of the two. Can't wait. Elena's actually coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna be playing Elena because that's my favorite Third Strike character. Like one of the and Sean as well. Oh my God, I messed up right there. You can't even use standing hard punch at that range, really, because you know that's easy counter command grab. I disagree with that. I feel like I did standing. I caught him with a standing hard punch into down back hard punch. That shit should combo. I feel like, what's the point then? Like, I think you have to counter hit them with standing hard kick, and then do down back hard punch like and hope that it gets there in time because it's fucking hard as hell. Like, I feel like it could get there a little bit faster, maybe. Like, if you can't do standing hard punch with it, oh my god, I thought I could get a... I thought I could still get a sweep off before he tried anything, but I fucked up. That's the beautiful... I love that combo right there. You have no idea. I prefer the sidestep kick into it. That's actually the... Yeah, that's the hard kick version, so it's safe on block. But, you know, against Zangief, I was playing against the CPU, and that parry move that he has is pretty good against that. So I wouldn't even use it at all. No way. Oh, man. Wow, that was beautiful counter command grab. I was like probably the first Zangief in Street Fighter 5 that was like using that properly, I feel. The running bear grab. I would love to see a running bear grab anti-projectile super instead of him doing that cheesy like windmill. Oh god, see the best part about that is you see I would honestly, if you do go for super, see that's a mistake that I made right there. When I tried to go for super, I didn't have the meter and the medium punch dragon punch came out. And, you know, honestly, I'm better off in that situation just hoping that jab super comes out. Because if I do make a mistake like that and I don't have meter, I'm going to do the light punch version of the uppercut and I'm going to recover way faster. So you essentially basically get like low risk, high reward situation that even if you do make a mistake in that situation, you'll still most certainly be safe on block. Like safe on miss and safe on whip as well, is what I meant to say. That's essentially like the highest level is really what that is. Oh god, I missed it. Keep in mind, guys, that I have dropped my PlayStation 5 controller a whole bunch, so like don't judge my performance on the game like on what, like, you get what I'm saying? Like if I had a fresh controller right now, I probably would not make any mistakes at all. The Ryu combos that I really want to do, I'm not doing them right now because, you know, it's just that I know I'm going to miss it. Like, I like to do, like, the crouching medium kick into, like, you don't even have to drive rush that. You can just get a free uppercut after the sidestep kick. But I always thought that was his best combo that they ever did. Oh god, I keep missing my window of opportunity. With Ryu, you don't really have to worry about drive rush because, for what you know, for whatever reason, oh my god, I can just go wall splat. For whatever reason, I gotta stop doing that though. They always put people out of range. See, that's what I meant. Yesterday I was talking about that. What I did right there was crouching medium kick into level 1 super. The only way to actually do that is you legitimately, you know, I explained in one of my other videos, you have to basically, I call it buffering. I don't know. I thought the high level fighting game community called it buffering, kind of. But like, I think they also refer to that charge time, like with Remy and stuff like that, partitioning and stuff. But buffering for me was always like, as long as I knew I was able to throw an attack, you know, I was doing the motion. Like, that's what I believe Deshiken from Japan was really good at, was that whether he landed the attack or not, he always did the super motion. So like when he did a far standing medium punch with Ken, he was already going into it, because by the time, you know, either it comes out or it doesn't come out and you're still safe on hit. You get what I'm saying? Like, he would only do it on hit is what I'm saying. But personally, I like, as a beginner Ryu player, I would honestly try to keep my opponent away the most I can, because he's very slow, and like, if you're into see, throw's gonna beat any attack he has in that situation. So like, that's the proper thing to do, and that's all the high level players are always doing. Like right there, he can't even EX command grab me on reaction. Obviously it's a computer, but I'm talking about a real life person in that situation is gonna have some reaction time. Oh, I got it. Thank you, got it. Yeah, this is one of the harder matchups for Ryu, believe it or not, though. I in my opinion, because a good Zangief player could lariat his projectile as well and counter hit him. The CPU for whatever reason doesn't do. Oh my God, no! I messed up, guys. Because I'm trying to explain something as I'm playing, but oh my God. If you don't believe where my rank is, like you can check in every game and you'll see that I've gone pretty far in every game. So, like, if you don't have to believe my expertise in the game, but like, that sounds like a good name for a song, expertise. To spell it the way it's like the word teases. I love it. Oh, I think I think they should have gave me jab after that, maybe. After a crossover, like right there, they did it. See, like what I recommend. See, he's catching me when I'm talking though, but sit your fat ass down, boy. Actually, he's pretty strong, but. Oh, give me 3 right there. I did the hard kick one. What are you talking about? Oh, what? I did EX spin kick. That was actually supposed to. Isn't that throw invincible though? I thought at some point that becomes throw invincible. I used to do this on Third Strike all the time to players because of that. Oh my God. At some point, I'm not saying right away. I never said right away, but. See, the good thing about, like I see the player Blas that won second place. I honestly was rooting for him to win, to be honest. To win the whole tournament. But what was I going to say? I think where the big mistake that not the big mistake that he did, but a lot of Ryu players, they'll do the down back punch, and unless it's like EX, it's not really that good, especially against grapplers. You know what I mean? But like in my opinion, against JP, you know, if you ever try to land any move, always try to land it into the spin kick. You know, even I think the spin kick always was better for charging the down punch that he has. But for whatever reason, off of that standing you saw that standing what do you call it? Crouching medium kick. Oh my God, he grabbed my arm. That should look kind of dope though. It looked like he grabbed my arm when I missed. He was like, "Come here." See, I got to do standing hard kick there into the drive rush. See, I usually practice. I love the way they do counter hits in this game, though. See, like right there, that sliding hard punch. Like they can't really do nothing in between that. Dang boo! Oh, he got me. I got greedy. Oh my God, I thought I had drive rush. I ran right into his arms. I love Zangief though. He's like one of the more interesting characters. Like as much as you can't stand that he's in the game, like you kind of like miss him if he's gone in a way. He's one of those characters where he's like so unique from like everyone else in the game. Wow, I can't believe that hit crouching. I do disagree with that though. The lariat, I feel like it's active for too long, and what do you call it? It hits like on the horizontal playing field too good. If that, you know, that's the best way I can explain it. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind that like it beats vertically stuff in the game, but I do believe like he needs like they're gonna have to decide. It can't like I feel like it can't be anti-projectile and anti-air at the same time, you know? In my opinion. I feel like there should be a purpose for why you do what you do. Like if you're wrong, you should get counter for that. Like and I always felt like that was the core. I fucked up though, but he's still within grab range even if they block that, but they can perfect parry that though. That's not a true string unless it's the standing hard punch from whatever reason is the only thing that I've seen ever land into it. Oh my god, I missed it. I gotta stop jumping that and like start blocking low because Zangief really can't do anything else about it. After drive rush, like you almost have to block low with Zangief because he has nothing else. His overhead is very reactable in my opinion, but for good reason. I'm glad they did that. Because like if it wasn't, he'd be fucking way more terrifying. So like I'm glad they did that. Oh god. See, I feel like medium punch should hit. After I did that standing jab, I felt like medium punch should have hit in that situation. I feel like a second medium punch animation that's like a little bit longer should come out just for counter hit and medium kick or, you know, I don't know. I don't want to reinvent the wheel here, but like you guys obviously know what you're doing because I'm playing the game. But like I'm a competitive guy, so... I love that ending. That's the only reason I saved that. I honestly prefer the sidestep kick because I feel like it's more reliable and you have other options outside of it. Like, instead of settling for that hard punch combo, what I'm saying, I believe for whatever reason, does that only work on counter hit? Because I think that's ridiculous if it does. Like, I feel like it should even connect with crouching hard punch, to be honest, with Ryu. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I feel like he kind of does need that crouching hard punch to down back hard punch. I feel like what other purpose would that move have? And like you almost never use down hard punch with Ryu. I mean, let's be honest here. I'm probably like one of the few that actually uses it. But I feel like it should combo into that for sure. See, the reason that's what I mean. Like, that's the combination I always do a combo ender with is the EX spin kick. Not only because it's easy, but it gives me enough time that I could do down punch. And when Ryu has down punch, it's extremely hard to perfect parry that. So because of that, you know, it changes like the entire, you know, outcome of the opponent's decision making. They're constantly always trying to parry you. You know, they can't get through with a drive rush because the Denjin that you just charged up will beat drive rush anywhere on the screen, basically. So they can't drive rush you. So they have to try to perfect parry that. So like the likelihood, I mean, if you're at an acceptable range, you're never going to get countered by a drive rush with Ryu. That's the real, you know, when you play a zoning character, like you legitimately should not really be moving forward unless it's to pressure your opponent. If like you're not ready to pressure your opponent, you should not be moving forward. Like as a zoner mentality. You know, obviously Ryu is nowhere near as good as he was. Like, you know, no, don't get me wrong. He's good in different ways now, but he's not the juggernaut that he was like during the earlier games where he was unstoppable. You could not beat him. He was unbeatable. You know, but they made a lot of changes to this game where I do agree with a lot of the changes. Like the fact that Zangief has a kind of like a parry move that he could catch your kick. I love that. That's awesome, man. I wish it was in the game sooner, you know? That was excellent. Whoever decided to add that, I really think they did an amazing job with Zangief. For sure. I do use the character. I'm nowhere near as good as, like, let's say, for example, like, Itabashi or Snake Eyes or something like that, because I just don't use the character like that. But, you know, I was one of the first people that told Snake Eyes, about Zangief being like the best character in the game. And ever since then, like when I told him, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna use that character then." And in my head, I was like, "You know what? I should have done the same thing, but I never really did, because I never liked playing analog stick, to be honest. And I felt like the only way you could really be a threat and like competitive, not a threat, but a competitive with Zangief, in the older games was that you had to use analog stick. In my opinion, probably up until until HD Remix really changed that. I felt you had to use an analog stick to successfully do his 360 command grab or his 720 command grab. I found it extremely difficult to do on like a D-pad, for example. Oh my god, beautiful. See, I wasn't prepared right there. I was just like completely zoned out. See, it also makes you, that Denjin also makes you like safe on block as well. Like it's very hard to like perfect parry that. These are just like things that I've noticed from playing the game. Like, and like if they try to drive rush your son for whatever reason, you can just crouching light kick, crouching jab that, and it'll stop it. See, I disagree with that. I should be able to standing medium kick right there. I should be able to drive impact that. That's another issue I do have with Street Fighter 6, though. If I could change some things, I would make it so that you can drive impact any attack in the game that you want. For whatever reason, I think even crouching light kick for whatever reason, even though no one, within crouching light kick range would ever try to drive impact that unless they were an idiot. It does combo into itself pretty easily, probably even easier than like crouching light kick, crouching jab is, in my opinion. And I felt like it always was that. That's what I mean. See, like right there, I completely disagree with that. If it were up to me, Zangief would beat even my super after doing that. Like it would be like a super invincible dash that like you have to respect that this player is doing something now. But like I wouldn't make it so extremely difficult as a coin toss where it's like, okay, he's only winning because he's using this super invincible dash all of a sudden. And like I don't want the game to also become that. And I feel like it kind of is already because I've seen a lot of real good players using Drive Rush when I play online. I mean, it's way harder to stop Drive Rush online, especially. But there are moments where I'm looking at other players and I'm like, I easily could have countered that if I played in person. Oh, God, no. I missed my Drive Rush. I was actually trying to do Drive Rush there. Drive Rush into crouching hard punch or standing hard punch into the down back. I think only you could do standing hard punch, which you can get in that situation. So like that standing, because I got caught with a Ryu player one time that did that. But obviously I still play the game and I still try shit out. I just, they changed the setting so much, but even if he can drive rush me, I don't care. I believe I can still block. I want to end it with the level 3 because I like it's my favorite. Oh, I fucked up the combo though. See what I mean? Like you see how I'm playing? Like even though like you guys are like, oh, he made a mistake there. Did I really though? In your opinion, I made a mistake there, but I uppercut at a time where I was still able to grab by the time he was able to act first or act at neutral. So, like, was it a bad move? Or, like, I clearly went for a Dragon Punch there. I did miss, but guess what? I was still safe by the time he landed, and he couldn't do anything about it. So, like, is that a bad move or is it still a good move? It's like a low risk, high reward, even though it looked like a high risk, high reward. Like I clearly still was able to counter hit. Be safe. It happens. Like you're a human. Like you're going to make mistakes when you play. I'm just playing like I'm just trying to like because I never play the CPU in this game. I wanted to see how hard it is or whatever. So, you know, I want to see if like how they counter if I make mistakes and stuff like that. Cancel. My PlayStation loves talking to me at the wrong times. I swear to God. And that's another thing. That kick right there, although I don't recommend using it against Zangief, that does work good as fuck against. I mean, good as a good, very good against Zangief. I mean, any drive rush as well, just as good as his fireball almost. Obviously, I wouldn't do it like. See, like right there, you saw that. Even though he drive impacted past that, he was just at a range where he misses. So like, you know, it's a deceptively like it's a deceptive range where you'll get a player to believe that you're actually wrong when you're still right. You have to implement that in your game at the highest level. If you're not doing that, you're probably not going to have like the best of chances against like the most amazing players out there. Because the most amazing players out there are really guessing your judgment and how you respond to situations in the game, you know what I mean? So you got to be very aware of that, you know? See, like right there, I could jump that. Like that command grab, you can avoid command grabs in this game. In fact, it's like the only way, as far as I know, is to backdash, which I feel is the better option because it's easier to do like a ground combo. Sometimes you'll jump at the wrong time, is what I'm saying. If you jump at the right time, it's a pretty easy neutral jump combo that you get on the way down. You know, I would probably do something like jumping hard kick into like hard punch into like some sort of drive rush or um uh you know, because after you drive rush a hard punch, you could basically get a second hard punch after it. So like you could do like drop down, you know, neutral jump, and then on the way down you do jumping hard kick. When they're in hit stun, you do hard punch. You have to be fast though. Don't get it twisted. You do have to be kind of fast. But it feels like it's the right amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And then you drive rush it by pressing forward, forward, or medium punch and medium kick together. I prefer doing forward, forward because it allows me to more accurately control. You know, sometimes I'll make a mistake doing the medium kick, medium for parry and stuff, and I'll get like, especially if I have no meter, I have made that mistake in the past. Um, that's why sometimes I'll even test my parry state on a hard knockdown just to see if I still have it. Like, because I'm not really paying attention to the meter like that. The game is too intense, I feel like, to ever really give you that opportunity. I disagree with that. I thought my forward hard punch should beat him. I thought I already had. See what I mean? I missed my jab link after the what I did there. See, I knew he was gonna go for that because he's desperately trying to prove that he can beat me. It's not going. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The CPU is not going to beat me ever, or even if it was a human pretending to be CPU, ever. See what I mean? Right there, I did the standing hard kick counter hit. Then that entire time when that standing hard kick was out, by the time I pressed the hard kick button and I saw the animation was happening, I pressed both I put my thumb on medium punch and medium kick, which is triangle and circle on PlayStation. I don't know what it is on anything else. Like I don't even really want to think about it right now. But although I do love the other systems, do not get it twisted. But what was I going to say? After the drive rush, you press forward, forward, or or medium punch and medium kick together. I prefer doing the forward, forward. Like I said, it's way easier for me that way. Towards your opponent, you always dash towards your opponent during drive rush. And then you do standing hard punch after that, and you have to press down back hard punch, and it'll send them into uh, a launch a launch state, which I feel. I mean, from what I noticed, you could usually get a spin kick, which is pretty easy to do for a beginner player. Down back kick. I usually go hard kick because it's pretty easy to do and you get a decent amount of damage. And it's not that, it's not one of these complex like drive rush again and get down hard punch, uppercut, and then level three super after that. Like it's not like the extreme complex stuff that Ryu can really do. But yeah, you can do a lot of damage with Ryu. Don't get it twisted. He seems slow, but when he finds an opening, he can add a lot of damage real fast. Cause like he hits you with nothing but like straight knockout punches, man. He's a true keep away character, but in my opinion, he's actually if I had to compare him and Guile, I probably would put Ryu above Guile, just for the fact that you know his counters his basically he could do what Guile does, but while he's moving around at any time. Like he doesn't have to sit back and hold a flash kick. Like Ryu could just walk up to you and then EX uppercut your grabbed attempt. You know what I'm saying? Like out of nowhere. Like Guile can't really do that. The only similar Guile player that was able to do that was Remy in Third Strike. But I thought it was pretty easy to do even on D-pad, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It was very difficult to do online though. So like it kind of took, unless if I ever pick Remy, I would probably pick Remy in person because I just always loved the character. I thought he was the way Guile should have always been. Like they added a lot of stuff to Guile that I thought. I mean, Remy in a lot of ways is Guile for Third Strike. I mean, he's his own. Obviously, he's his own separate character. That's gonna hit. See what I mean? Like that's why it's also bad for Zangief, unless it's like for something real obvious like sidestep kick. Like I would probably say that's like basically. I wouldn't even try to parry. Is what I'm saying. Because it's way too easy to like counter with just throwing a projectile, which Ryu most certainly will have at the highest level. They will have Denjin charged at some point during the round. You cannot deny that, and there's no avoiding that. See, like right there, after I did the level 1 super in this matchup, even if he did a level 1 super to counter me with because his level 1 super, Zangief's level 1 super is anti-projectile. But it only really works like basically mid-screen. Maybe probably I would go as far as no further than like 75% screen. So as you can see here, like when I started doing the Denjin charge, the down punch with Ryu, I already knew that my opponent was full screen. You have to know the matchup so well that at this range, he cannot counter me at all. Even if he tried, he would be wrong, and it would be a mistake. So what happens at the highest level is that a real good Zangief player knows that as well, and he goes, no, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to walk up a little bit and see what happens. Especially if he has a level 1 super. If I'm playing against a Zangief that's countering my level 1 super, I mean my projectile or like level 1 super or whatever, I'll change it up. Like as a high level player, like I'll change it up completely. Like, but again, like I said, if you're going to play, like I feel like Zangief is one of the most slept on matchups that Ryu has in comparison to Ken, because like, not only does Ken have that multi-hitting hard punch uppercut, which really, really changes the matchup in his favor a lot of times, because as a high-level player, you just really can't drive impact him in a lot of situations. You know what I'm saying? In comparison to Ryu. And I feel like Ken can get away with missing a light punch uppercut at drive impact and still recover. I would change that. I feel like light punch uppercut, sometimes it actually does hit them when they drive impact. But a lot of times I feel like Ryu and Ken get away with the light punch uppercut on drive impact. I disagree with that. I feel like they should get counter hit in that situation. I think that would balance the game a lot better, because you have no idea how many counter hits or throw. Usually it's a throw, I feel like, in that situation by the time you recover, especially with Ryu. Yeah. My PlayStation's like really trying to communicate with me. I guess like I'm such a cool human, even like this computer wants to hang out with me now, I guess. And like I don't really have a problem with that as long as it like keeps its mouth shut every once in a while. That EX, for whatever reason, that EX Denjin hit is like so good, like on block as well. It's ridiculous. I don't honestly think it should be though. If I could change that about Ryu, I would change that. The EX, I don't know if I'm 100% positive about that, but I think it's pretty hard to counter hit it. I'm gonna miss that. Oh no, I got it. Okay, standing hard kick. Sidestep kick. That was hard kick, sidestep kick, which is safe on block. Don't get me wrong. They can still counter hit it. If they have like a level 3 super, I'll never do it. By the end of the second round, like if I already have the lead or whatever, and he hasn't used a level 3 super by then, I already know he has it, and I'll never use sidestep kick in during the match at all. Like when I see that he has level 3 super active, you know what I mean? Woo, I love winning with the surprise spin kick. No one ever expects. Don't get me wrong. I am trying to counter hit him with the spin kick, but it's way harder than ever before. And it really only works with the hard kick version. I think the reason why the developers chose that is because they wanted you to be either you're right or you're wrong. You're lucky we're even giving you this kind of counterattack, but like you still have to actually be right. So don't get it twisted. I am actually trying to be right. I'm a human too. I make mistakes, bro. Like, oh my God. I disagree with that right there. I disagree with that right there. I feel like Ryu's standing hard kick should be a mid and it should have beat Lariat right there. Absolutely should have beat Lariat right there. The problem with Lariat is that they give it too much horizontal and vertical dominance. You know, it beats like everything on the ground except for crouching opponents, and it's so good, even regularly, not EX, regularly, it'll beat crouching opponents as well. Like if you try to do like crouching hard punch, it'll even beat like that a lot of times, sometimes. Oh God, no. Oh, I love that axe kick. I love it. Am I saying that right? Is that an axe kick? Oh, they gotta give me grab there. They gotta give me grab there. Are you kidding me? Oh no! I got sloppy with it. No, not on stream, guys. No, please. Oh my God. No way. No way. Oh my God. Oh, you can do it without it though? For whatever reason, that standing hard punch was considered like a mid or high. I kind of disagree with that. I think Zangief actually should have won there. Oh yeah, that parry move, just like most parry moves for whatever reason, not the traditional parry that every character has in the game with the drive rush and everything. I'm not talking about that parry. I'm talking about the special command parry that Zangief has, and the new female character that's in love with Zangief in the story, which is pretty funny. I thought. I wish they would have gave Zangief the tuxedo and stuff, like as a at least for ranked match, you know. Oh, that for whatever reason, that standing medium kick does work really good against like beating grabs. Like, because a lot of players will assume that, like, you try to go for grab after like a crouch jab or something like that. So like when you switch back to doing normal attacks, it'll counter hit their jumping. It'll counter hit them from, you have to understand what your opponent's trying to do and when they do it. And like, a little bit, yeah. Don't do it. Oh, I disagree with that. My EX sidestep kick by that point should have been safe even to drive impacts. If you are going to make the game a certain way, but I think I should have been right. No. They are right. Don't get me wrong. I'm wrong about that. No, you guys are right. My bad about that. I am wrong about that one. Ooh, I don't know about grabbing a standing hard kick at that late in the animation already. I would not try to do down back hard punch on Lariat to counter hit if I was real close up. If I was close up, I would never do that. Because it will probably get counter hit by Lariat. Because don't get it twisted, Lariat is Zangief's best move for sure. There's no denying that. No. Thank you, God. I was still... That's why I like to do that, because I feel like I am safe on block after that. Even if I miss for whatever reason. See, those counter hits are really adding up. That's why, like, when it comes to fighting games at the highest level, you never want to make a mistake, ever. That's what, like, the best high-level players are really doing. So practice, obviously, is essential to victory. Oh, I disagree with that. Really? Really? I don't mind getting a few of those, I really don't. It doesn't really threaten my existence as a high-level player getting command grabs. Oh, I should have went way more powerful than that. I think I should have been safe at that. I think that should break drive impact for sure. Oh, really? Oh, that's not true. I thought that was. To be honest, I really thought it was. Oh, God, no. I love that. I was just, like, I'm having a lot of fun though, bro. Believe me, I do love Street Fighter, and I love a lot about it. I should have never let him get past my crouching jab, to be honest. I don't even think he should be able to get past my standing light kick as a Ryu player. Oh, wow. Wow, you're gonna give that standing light kick, you're gonna give that invincibility over a standing light kick? I completely disagree with that. I feel like that move, is that move also just considered for counter hit as well? I thought it was only supposed to be an anti-projectile, really. See, I loved ending it there. Like, after I did forward hard punch with Ryu, which I only really recommend doing like when a player is moving maybe forward towards you and really hasn't done anything at that point, because, it'll come out faster than they assume. And a lot of times they try to counter hit it and they get counter hit by the forward hard punch. It's like deceptively strong. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. It looks like it never gets there and it takes too long. But then, like, when a high level Ryu player uses it, like, you're suddenly losing half your health bar because of it. Kind of shit. Like, but yeah, I did, what I do, I like to end the forward hard punch into crouching jab into down back spin kick with 2 buttons. Down back kick, but press 2 buttons instead. You know what I mean? The EX move. I always call the EX, they call it drive now. I don't like that they changed the terminology, because I feel like that's insulting to your original fans, I feel like. Oh, okay. So that does combo off of that. I'm pretty sure that does combo off of that. I gotta really check though, but no way. You do get a free grab, believe it or not, after that light kick, spin kick, which usually ends like I would do it. I mean, obviously you're doing it when they're on a hard knockdown. Um, the spin kick for whatever reason will especially get you out of the corner. If you're in the corner and you get a hard knockdown with Ryu, it's not a bad idea to do the light kick, spin kick, get to the other side of your opponent, even though you're going to lose pressure with the exception of a grab. You know, instead of actually being able to pressure your opponent with like an overhead or a crouching medium kick, which would probably be your only two options outside of maybe a counter sweep at like maybe a missed jab or anything that they may have, a throw or something like that. You could counter sweep with a throw with a sweep for sure. Like if you're like, or like just a regular strike. Like right there, like he can't really. No, I think he can actually command grab me if I missed that sweep though. I would never sweep with Ryu in this matchup. But like I feel like the tip of his sweep is like right there. I would do it there. You get what I'm saying? On counter hit, absolutely. Because I feel like sometimes you might be so far away that it's all you got. As a high level Ryu player that has been pretty decent, I would consider myself pretty good at zoning. Maybe not the best Ryu that zoned in the history of the game, but definitely one of the high level ones for sure. Ryu always was my favorite character. I'm not worried about a forward hard punch. Now he gives me a free Denjin charge, and I can move in, I can move back. That's anti-air as well for whatever reason. The projectile is still pretty damn good as an anti-air, especially the Denjin. The down punch variation, like a version of his fireball. It adds more hits to his fireball, especially on EX when you enhance it as well. So, but the only reason I'm able to do that consistently is because I'm doing the EX spin kick to basically get the opponent full screen. And when they're full screen, damn near like with the exception of Ryu, and characters like E Honda that have like a level 3 super that can go full screen and get there pretty fast actually. A lot of people never respected that E Honda has a full screen level 3 super that will go through projectiles. So, as a high level Ryu player, like I know not to throw the projectile, but let me tell you something, just the threat of the level 3 super is like pretty strong in my opinion. Obviously, as high level Ryu players, we know that when they lose charge, they really can't do the level 3 super anymore. And for good reason. It would be ridiculous if at any time he could just throw that out there, I think. But I don't think it's impossible for him to do it either. Because I've beaten a lot of high level Ryu players with E Honda as well. Don't get it twisted. I play a lot of different matchups and a lot of different characters. You know what I mean? Like my E Honda's like pretty damn good. Maybe not the best of all time, but he is pretty good. Oh my God, really? You got to parry that. Parrying is probably the safest thing to do, but I feel like it never comes out like fast enough to stop it. If I could make one change, I wish the parry would almost automatically increase in range or something. I'm very happy that medium punch hit in that situation. Usually, 99% of the time, the medium punch will hit in the situation of a crouching jab hitting and combo into it. Especially, it's way easier on counter hit. Oh my God. I am getting command grabbed a lot because like I'm just like I would sweep in a situation where a Zangief player clearly missed. And now after I land the level 1 super, it also gives me a similar, moment in time to charge up another Denjin projectile I think that's what they call it. That's usually what they called it in the older games and the animes and stuff. But um, but yeah, absolutely. You have to charge Denjin as Ryu. It makes up for all his weaknesses. So like if it's between doing a down back EX punch with Ryu or doing an EX spin kick, I choose spin kick all day, every day. Ryu was designed to be a zoner, and that's exactly how you should play him. So you should always want to be away from your opponent and really throwing off your timing. Don't be so predictable. You know, like even if you press down, like don't just press down forward punch and do a projectile. Sometimes just press down, you know, and fake as if you're going to do another projectile and see how your opponent reacts to it. If they jump, you uppercut. If they don't do anything, then like, you know, you take a step back and you might be able to throw a projectile now. If you see that he's constantly trying to parry you, do not throw easy projectiles. Those are easy counter parries. So as a Ryu player, like against a player that starts doing a lot of like parrying to your projectile, stop doing it altogether because it's only a matter of time. So he perfect parries your projectile and he goes through and he lands a big combination on you and he wins the round or he wins the match. And when you're playing for big money, like a lot of these high level players are in tournament, you know, I personally don't go to tournaments, but I still love to play the game. So, but I am a high level player. And I do say it is harder to win online than in person. If I had to choose. Oh, see, I wish the stun did not put them in a knockdown state so fast after the EX punch. I feel like they did make it pretty interesting. If they made it easier to combo after the down back EX punch with Ryu, I don't know what that move is called. It's a new move that they gave him in Street Fighter 6. Cancel. Okay. Yeah, my console keeps trying to interrupt me while I'm streaming, so like I wish they would disable that automatically. Like obviously I have my microphone on for a reason while I'm streaming. So, oh, that was a beautiful running from I mean, I probably wouldn't have worked on the highest level like if I was really concentrated. But it does work very good as like a whiff punish for sure. If I was a Zangief player, I would be using primarily the EX running bear grab as my command grab as my you know, like not only does it work pretty good against anti-projectile with Zangief, that's one thing the CPU isn't really doing for whatever reason. I would love to see more EX running bear grabs thrown into the equation, you know. That's a free, and I'm pretty sure he cannot level one me in that situation. Oh my god, that was a beautiful command grab. I forgot you cannot drive impact. That was a beautiful wall spot. That one I did medium punch into medium punch, the down back EX punch. I believe standing hard punch does combo after that down back EX punch. Don't quote me on this. I'm not sure, but if that is the reality, I wish it was easier to land because it is very the timing is so strict that if you make a slight mistake, you know, you will be countered pretty hard for that. Whereas when you do the EX spin kick, you might not get nearly as much damage, but at least now you have like a way to deal with drive impact way better because his projectile is way faster and does way more hits. And also, like, he suddenly kind of gets a little bit of Ken implemented in his game where he's getting way more hits on his attacks. You know what I mean? See what I mean? Like, it'll even uppercut will even beat drive rush. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not when you play in person, it's a whole nother game. I understand that. But like obviously players are gonna make adjustments. I was a little late on that, but I'm still safe. Even when I missed that medium punch, I'm still safe to his level 1 super, believe it or not. I feel like it was a good choice. Dang good. I don't know, oh my god, a standing hard kick should win. No way. That's insane. That's only anti-projectile only. Oh no, and I'm so safe though. No, because that's the best part about the way they designed it. See, you saw right there, it traded, but it still counter hit him. So, like in a way, it's when you're playing a high level match, your opponent is suddenly going, okay, I hit a brick wall and I can't get past this guy. There's got to be something I can do here to get past him. He's always going to keep trying to counter me, whether by moving back out of range or, you know, pressuring me at the right time. You know, he's always going to try to get through that. I keep messing up. All right, I'm gonna stream for a little bit long. I'm only going to stream for a little bit longer, but crouching jab does beat that. I'm very happy that they made crouching jab beat that. I felt like I could have had a little bit more window of opportunity to drive impact them back, especially when my normal attack clearly landed on the character. I feel like some sort of change should be made there, so it's easier to just drive impact an opponent back. I feel like it's like way harder than it should be to do it. I gotta drink some water, so like I'm probably gonna be ending it soon. I did drink a lot of water before I started streaming, but it sounded like Zangief said, "Ay Dios." Do you hear that? When I punched him in the face and I did the drive rush combo, it sounded like he said, "Ay Dios." Oh my god. I hope they did put that in the game. That's hilarious. He got hit so hard he started speaking another language. Oh my god. Oh yeah, if you land that Denjin, you basically get another Denjin, basically. If you land the enhanced one. Don't quote me on that. Whichever one actually comes out when you do the Denjin, there's only like, I believe it only comes out on Hard Punch, maybe? Or EX as well? Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong about that. I fucking love that combo though. That shit is fucking beautiful. Oh my god, that was not enough time after counter hit. That was not enough time. Give me a little bit more time, Capcom, please. I caught him with a standing hard kick counter with Ryu. Heavy kick. I think Street Fighter terminology is called heavy kick. Oh god, no. Oh, I like that. I'm glad they gave that to him. He kind of needed that. I like Green Hand better because it makes him seem like way more supernatural. No way. No way. No, he's dope. He's dope. He's not striking fast enough, but he can't counter hit me. I made a whole lot of mistakes. Do I get wall spat? Oh my god, thank god. Oh my god, that was a beautiful command grab. The CPU is unstoppable when it comes to command grabs. I love that the standing light kick for whatever reason felt as if it comboed into standing jab and gave me a little bit more window of opportunity. To you know, I felt like Laura had that in Street Fighter V, But I didn't even recognize that Ryu was able to do that. I know on counter hit he's able to do that, but he's able to do that regularly. See, like right there, I felt like it could have been easier for him to go standing light kick, drive rush, jab, 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 spin kick, or EX spin kick. But like maybe you guys feel that's just too good of an option, and maybe he could only end it with a regular spin kick, the light kick one, obviously. I love when he does that. That's like my favorite part. That was my original favorite combo in the game, but after realizing that he could do medium punch into EX, down back punch, and then he could do hard punch into the launcher is outrageous. It really is. It really is. I don't mind. Ooh, I got him with the old shit. Yo, that still works. Okay. No, no, no. I did. Don't get me wrong. I just threw that out there because I felt bad for the CPU and just kind of wanted to see. But what I really wanted to see was, would it be safe on landing that I could beat my opponent counter hit with an invincible reversal. And these are the reasons why I always said Ryu was one of the best characters in the game from the very beginning. I knew that. I'm not an idiot. He was like easily one of the first characters I started using. If you watch my earlier streams, I was using Ryu. But I didn't quite understand his combo routes with the EX down back EX punch. I didn't know that you could land a standing hard punch after that. Oh, beautiful. I missed that, so I just do deserve the... Oh, my God. Oh, come on. Stop it. Oh, I missed it. Oh, off of a regular sidestep kick, you can get a Denjin charge as well. So, like, if you do, like, crouching medium kick into, like, light kick, or medium kick, sidestep kick, I believe both of them combo off of that crouching medium kick with Ryu. I would not do the hard kick version because it does not combo into anything except for standing hard punch, I believe. See what I mean? That's why I feel like when you're playing against a Zangief, you don't want to be close range, especially with an amazing zoner like Ryu. Like, if you're close range with Zangief, you're doing something wrong in the matchup, for sure. You should always keep your grappler far away from you. Their strongest weapon, their strongest tool against you is basically, the grab. Let's be honest, it does a lot of damage. It's one of the few things that can beat normal attacks in the game. Like in frame trap situations is where Zangief usually tries to go for command grabs from what I've personally seen and played. I feel like those are the only opportunities that you could legitimately get one. You got to stay out of his range though, for sure. I'm here to play too. I don't care if it's a computer. Come on. Tell me what you got. You're gonna have to make this harder than Mugen, man. Like, you gotta make it harder than Mugen, bro. Like, for me. I threw him out right there. Did you see what happened? He blocked my fireball, and then I dashed in forward, and I did a regular grab. It actually beat his EX command grab on startup. So don't be afraid to grab Zangief. In fact, that's his biggest weakness is regular command grabs. Obviously, in grab range, it's common sense that you would be within grab range. Otherwise, do not do it. But it does beat basically every option he has available on Wake Up, including Drive Impact. Although I probably would not use it against Drive Impact, especially like far out and try to catch it at the last second. I would never do that. All right, I'm done. Like, I'm probably done with the stream for now, but I am still going to be playing. But I will be buying Street Fighter 6 day one on the Switch 2 for sure. I had to get one because when I saw Mario Wonder as well, I was like, yo, I was completely like, It was amazing to me. I love the new graphic style they did with Mario Wonder. I really want to play that for sure. It's like I guess Mario really was doing shrooms the whole time. We always assumed that he was doing drugs, but I think now we know for certain that he was, because he's seeing an entirely alternate reality, and it's like, dude, you're just like in like doing some plumbing in the bathroom, but like suddenly you're like in this like wonderland that like doesn't really exist while you're high or something. I just wanted the people to enjoy it. I don't really care about the money like that, to be honest. I just wanted it to be good. And I'm happy I was able to achieve that, and no one could deny that. While you're pointing out the flaws in what it has, like, oh god, I almost had him. See, that was the tip of the sweep. The tip of the sweep. The tip of the sweep, for whatever reason, is like very hard to counter, especially for grapplers. With the exception of like if they have like a level 1 super or something like that. Oh, come on! He misses a grab and he goes for another one. Yo, duck, bro. Bro, yo, and WB Games, please, man. Yo, like, I can't believe this, man. I can't believe you're just gonna stop Mortal Kombat 1 like that. You know what I'm saying? The only change I feel like that you made that was kind of messed up was like that new roll that the characters do that you like, for whatever reason, I feel that you cannot combo after it, which is very bizarre to me. I didn't agree with that design choice right there, to be honest, as a fan. Like for example, when I hit an opponent with forward 4-4 with Kenshi, they hit the ground uh, and they kind of roll for no reason. And I preferred it the way it was originally. I don't know why you guys did that. I don't know if you did it to spite me or whatever, but you know, I felt like you kind of did, because there was no need for it to be for that attack particularly. And you just saw how I was dominating every player out there, and like I guess you didn't want me doing that no more. I could have honestly, even though that forward hard punch only hit one time, I still probably was within range to actually hit him with a hard punch uppercut afterwards. Believe it or not, I did hesitate because you know what I'm saying? I did hesitate a little bit. Oh, see, he can jump out of the grab. You saw that he can jump away from the grab. So don't think as a Zangief player, you can't jump out of a grab. I'm not saying that he can't counter a grab. Honestly, in my opinion, it should not be like that. If he jumps away from a grab, then he should have been countered, actually, is the way I like the way it was like in Third Strike, for example, was like you can parry the anti-air, which essentially made it a good option to avoid grabs in Third Strike, is to like neutral jump or jump away and then try to anticipate if they're going to like try to catch you with like a heavy punch uppercut with Ken or an EX uppercut with Yoon or something like that, which is real easy to parry in the air, by the way. Like it's only like one forward hit a lot of the times, or two, depending on how low it is. The lower you are to the ground, the more parries you have to do, especially against a character like Ken. Like I believe it's a 3-hitter or on the ground up, from the ground up, or a 4-hitter. But yeah, he does not have at that range that hard kick is going to beat him every time. So it's such a good option against Zangief. Oh, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I disagree with that as well. The hard kick, sidestep kick should definitely beat um uh Zangief's um drive impacts. Oh my God, what the hell was that? I didn't even honestly do that. Swear to God, I didn't. If I lost the round, I would be upset because of that for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna play like for like another minute or two. I'm very happy about the Switch coming out. Don't get it twisted. Like, as soon as the Switch told me that they were working with Nvidia, I was like, okay, I'm getting one. As soon as they told me the specs and they said Nvidia, I was like, yo, gotta get one now. I think the original Switch as well was Nvidia as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably why it was so amazing to be able to play Mortal Kombat 11 on the go. Like at the time it came out, was pretty impressive though. For the price point, absolutely. I think they were even losing money on the console, to be honest. At the time it came out. Woo! Ooh! Don't quote me on that, but the EX spin kick does not always beat drive impact, especially late in the animation. But it is a quick multi-hitting move like that a lot of Ryu players never go for. But honestly, I don't personally like doing stuff like that against it, but it can work in certain situations though. See, like right there, he tried to do running bear grab, but I grabbed him out of it with the regular grab. You don't have to respect everything a player does. Like that's another thing that I noticed. Like beginner and intermediate players like fall short of winning tournaments is because they allow a player to like really control the game and control the situation, even though it's not legitimate pressure. Like it feels as if it's legitimate pressure, but you have tools available if you use them properly. Notification. Console is disconnected. Okay, so I'm done. Broadcast.